And so when we think about her and Jesus, her first three major visions all have Jesus as the center of the vision. I don't know if you've thought about that. This is a painting that's down in the White Estate along a wall. It's beautiful. It represents her first vision, Christ of the narrow way. And on this path, God's people are following Jesus to New Jerusalem. Don't miss that point. Who are they following? And he is leading them along the path. And they get discouraged, and he raises his arm, and light wafts over them. And the only time you're in danger of falling off the path is if you take your eyes off of Jesus and you look to something else. Isn't that right? And when that happens, and then she says, also they rejected the light behind them, which was the midnight cry. This is the prophetic foundation. The other thing you can't disconnect from Ellen White is an understanding of the prophetic movement of God in history, because she's hand in hand with the Bible on that. And so God showed her in her first vision about this. But the point is, they're following Jesus on the path to the New Jerusalem. And so this first broadside of Ellen White has these three visions and one other. And I mentioned the first one already, the Christ of the narrow way, or the midnight cry vision. Is Jesus who's leading them on the path. Her second major vision, we sometimes call the bridegroom vision, where she sees Jesus leading his people, or he goes into the most holy place, and they have their eyes on him, where he is a great high priest. And then you have this beautiful third vision of Ellen White, or Ellen Harmon at the time still, being taken in vision to the new earth. Oh, I wish we had time today just to talk for a while about that vision. Have you read that in early writing? Go back, read it again. Talk about powerful. Now that's a vision I wish I could have. Some of them I'm not so sure, because it's a hard challenge, although...
Dr. Burt, I have read Ellen White, lots of her. What an interesting spin. What an interesting spin. The center of those visions was not on Jesus. It was on the little flock. Those who affirmed the errors of the Miller chart and the supposed change of the work in the heavenly sanctuary. It was a cover-up response to refusing to accept that your movement is built on falsehoods. The focus of the first vision is about the little flock. You said it there. Oh, it's about them keeping their eyes on Jesus. Right, it's about them supposedly keeping their eyes on Jesus. Those that supposedly remained loyal to God by affirming and yielding to what Dr. Burt mentioned, and that is the midnight cry. This supposed message, which was to prepare them to enter with Jesus by faith into the most holy place, into the most holy place of the heavenly sanctuary, where he'd begin the investigative judgment. Those who rejected this fanaticism and nonsense supposedly fell off the path because they took their eyes off Jesus. It's just a begging of the question. It's just the massive elephant in the room is not eyes on Jesus or eyes that... It's that this whole thing's just wrong. They were wrong. They were wrong. It's not about Jesus. It's a cover-up to try and cover up a major error because you couldn't accept that you're wrong and that you're not some special, whatever. Give it up, pack up shop, come join the Christian church. You don't have to... It's an ancient faith. We don't need to think that we're these... It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. No, the first vision was about the shut door of mercy and the early stages of the developing investigative judgment doctrine. And to mention that the second vision's all about Jesus, what a joke. Dr. Burt, I walked through 1.5 hours worth of source material from your own employer, the White Estate, your own sources, where we walked through the issues regarding the shut door. But even Robert Olson, who held the position you hold now, sir, though he did present many of the troubling quotes to his credit, he didn't dare touch that second vision manuscript, where it's shown that Ellen did indeed say that God showed her that the door of mercy was shut for everyone who rejected this message, and it was too late. The opportunity was over. Why didn't you mention that part, sir? Or how she mentioned Sister Durbin, that's how she's listed in the manuscript, who was heartbroken over this news and still had a heart for the lost world, which in the manuscript, it says, caused Ellen to be upset because she thought Sister Durbin wasn't trusting what God had supposedly shown her. Ellen was upset that a woman was burdened for lost souls. Though I don't know what message they were proselytizing, but the point being, the vision was all about Jesus. Just because Jesus is a tertiary component of the whole does not mean that it's about him. No, it's about the little flock. It was always about themselves, coming to Ellen to get confirmation about themselves because she's the conduit from God, giving his stamp of approval. Then he equates rejecting the 1844 and 43 and 44 blunder with taking your eyes off Jesus. The shut door vision is not centered on Jesus and the cross of Christ. This is just like the standard lip service that has to be said to wash over the facts. It's like they think if they say it enough, it'll just magically become true. They have to repeat it over and over and over to themselves to try and convince themselves of its validity. Again, simply mentioning Jesus does not mean something is centered on him. The focus of Ellen White's early visions was on the little flock. Jesus was simply a byproduct.